Hi, my name is Terry Sproul. I want to welcome you to my studio. Tonight is our live Tuesday night show. If you are joining me live, thank you for joining me live. If you're catching this on my YouTube channel at a later date, do me two favors. One, subscribe to me so you see all of my shows. Two, give me a thumbs up. Appreciate it. If you'd like to join me live, we do this at Tuesday nights at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time or 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's on the Google Hangout. So find me on Google Hangout, and I'm Terry Sproul there. That's my blog right there. We'll have links to all of the products that I use tonight on my blog tomorrow. Also, I have a group in Facebook called All Things Terry Sproul. Please join that. It's a great place to interact. It's a great place to ask me questions if you have questions about what I've taught on any of my videos, or even if it isn't something I've taught. It's also a great place to, if you want to join in my classes and win prizes, that's where you would go to do that. Okay, I got quite a few of you here in the room. Thank you again. That's my blog again. I'm going to turn that off. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and switch cameras and get into our technique for tonight. So hold on while I switch cameras. Oh, forgot to say right off the bat, I'm alone tonight, so please put your questions in caps for me. And if I miss it the first time through, put it up there again for me, and just keep bugging me. I'll do my best to catch it. Okay? So I apologize for that. I will do my best to do both. Shameless plug right off the bat. Get yourself, if you are not subscribing to this magazine, Rubber Stamp Madness, get this magazine. One, I just had a really big article in there all about me and my show on Tuesday night, so I was very excited about that. And two, they just emailed me this morning, and I'm doing another article for them about the jelly plate. So there's actually my project. That's all about me, that whole couple pages there. And this is the last issue, the fall issue. So there I am. There I am. Okay, shameless plug. Thank you, Vanessa, for putting up my group. I appreciate that. Okay. Let's see if we can make this a little straighter. There we go. A little straighter. Okay. Going to work in our art journal again tonight. Don't know why that is doing that. Sorry about that, guys. That's a little better. And I want to do texture tonight. I want to talk about texture and have some really cool background and just get some good texture on it. So I am going to start off by painting my background. Now I do have the Cottonwood Arts journal, and these journal pages are real thick, so I do not need to gesso it. But if you are using a another type of journal that you might get some bleed through, especially at the seam, do go ahead and gesso your page. And I had this question last week, so I want to answer it. I do use white gesso on my background to use it as a primer. Okay, I am putting two colors down here on my palette. Two of probably one of my favorite colors. One is gold green from Gold green. Love that color. Notice that it's a transparent color. You can tell that from the front there. It looks transparent. You can also tell that from the back. I'm going to do my best to show that. See the very first line? It says transparent or opaque, and it's kind of right in the middle, so that's why you know it's a transparent color. And then this one is another one of my favorites, and it is also a transparent color from Golden. Okay? So those are the two I put down on my palette right away. I do start off with a wet paintbrush usually, so I am dipping my paintbrush into some water off to the side here. And then I do take off part of the over in YouTube. Oh, thank you, Laura. Hi. So, thank you. Yeah, I was pretty proud of that article too. Thank you, Danielle. So I'm going to just get some background color going. And I'm not going to put this both colors everywhere. So I'm just going to get some on there. No rhyme or reason here. Now I'm going to take my paintbrush again. I'm going to get most of the paint off of it and dip into that blue. Because I'm going to allow it to blend, but I want it to stay a little bit separated here for the beginning. And then I will blend it more here in a minute. And the reason what I'm doing here is I like to do a lot of layering. I've been taking acrylic painting classes. And it's really teaching me how to layer my colors and get more of a better background going than I have in the past. So I've been really enjoying these classes. I've been learning a lot. And what's nice is you guys get to learn what I learned for free. Okay, so that's my beginning. Like that so far, happy with that. Now, I want to put some texture onto this page. And I've talked to you guys about texture in the past. I taught you how to do a crackle with Elmer's glue, and that's a really cheap way to do crackle. Today we're going to do texture with cheesecloth. This is a really fun product to work with, and you get a lot of texture with cheesecloth. And it's super cheap. I mean, look how much you get in one package. And I've used this, probably 3 or 4 pieces off this already. I mean, I'll have this for a while. So it's a really good, cheap way to have some really cheap texture. That's at the grocery store. Now, I've cut off a piece here, which isn't very big, but I actually think it's too big. So I'm going to cut off a little more here. Again, if you have a question, put it in caps for me, and I'm going to do my best to catch it. I think that piece is pretty good. And I don't like to get, when I do texture sometimes, especially with the cheesecloth, I don't like it to necessarily cover my whole background, but part of it. So I'm pretty happy with that. Now, I usually use, as you guys know, gel medium, right, to glue most things down. But this time I'm actually going to use soft gel medium. See if we can get that to focus. Sometimes if I put my hand there, there it goes. Okay, so this is soft, semi-glossy, regular gel medium. So this one is a little, for something as thin as what I'm using, it will work a lot better to adhere this down. So I'm going to use that gel to adhere my cheesecloth to my background here. And I want to get parts of it kind of thick like I have it down there. Let me see. Let me zoom in there so you can see that. I got my zoomy thingy working again. Isn't that good? There we go. Okay. So some spots I'm going to have it really thin, and some spots I'll allow it to fold and make it a little more thicker. So it'll give you different textures everywhere. And I am going to go over the top of the gel of the cheesecloth also. Can you explain briefly about glue crackle? Yes. While I'm doing this, what I will do is do that. Okay, with the glue crackle, what you do, and you can go back to one of my videos, and I will try to link that tomorrow, where I use that. I did that in the class. What you do is you put your base layer of acrylic paint on first. Okay? Then you take the Elmer's glue and you put on a coat of the Elmer's glue. What's really important is when you do your brush strokes for the Elmer's glue, I'm not using Elmer's glue right now. When you do Elmer's, it all in the same stroke, and you only want one coat. Then you let that get a little tacky. Once it's tacky, you add your second layer of paint. Again, this is very important. You want to make sure your paint goes only one way and one way only. and that you don't go over and over and over it. You need it to kind of do it in one stroke. So what I usually do is have a heavy amount of acrylic paint on my paintbrush when I go to do that stroke. That way I know I get it on the way I want it. Then you let that dry and you will have cracks. Okay, so that nobody is confused, I am not using Elmer's glue right now. I am using a gel medium. And this is regular gel, or you could use soft gel, either or. And I'm just gluing this onto my background to add texture. Okay. So see how that looks already? Isn't that awesome? It's already got a really cool texture going in the background. Okay. Real quickly, I'm going to give this a quick dry. That's probably good enough. Okay. Now I'm going to go back in. Now, remember I was talking about having layers? I'm going to use those exact same two colors that I started with, and I'm going to go in again with those same two colors. And this time I'm going to let them blend a little more and kind of scrub them into that background, and not necessarily clean my brush in between, and just really get some color in there and allow these two to blend. Now, again, that's why I also picked two translucent colors. Because they're translucent, they're going to allow me to blend them better. And I see that's blurry. See if I can get it to focus. Focus. Let me see if that'll work out a little better. So I'm just getting some color in here using both the blue and the green. And I'm mixing them. I'm not even cleaning my brush in between. And because they're translucent the way they are, these will blend, and you can see the colors that I had below it also, which is awesome. One of the reasons I like to work with transparent colors, because of that look that you get. Okay, I'm liking this already. Okay, now one thing I really want to do while my paint is wet, this is important, so I'm going to get some more paint on the background just because I need my paint to be wet. I'm going to add embossing powder. So I'm going to get my Egyptian gold from Junikins out, have that ready off to the side here. And I also have some Junikins powder. This is called Rustic Jade. Okay, so I got those two. So I'm, again, making sure I have some wet paint in here so that I can go in with my and just literally, I sprinkle this right on. This will go right into the wet paint, and it'll bind the white to the wet paint. So I'm sprinkling the gold. And again, I'm not doing it really heavy because just like embossing powder, you wouldn't do it heavy. But it's going to adhere to that wet paint, and it will emboss here in a second. So I'm just adding these two colors and getting some really cool texture done. Okay, I think I like that. Okay. Let me close these two lids up real quick. Thank you, Vanessa, for putting up that link for the crackle. Yes, it was pan pastels and crackle that I did together. Okay, now just like you would emboss embossing powder, you're going to emboss the embossing powder on paint. Works the same. So I'm just going to get my heat embosser and start melting it. It does seem to take a little longer to melt on the acrylic paint than it does using embossing powder. I don't know why, but so just be patient. You'll like the effect it's going to give you, so it's worth it. Oh, sorry. Let me zoom out there. I was paying attention to my embossing powder and not paying attention to you guys. Sorry about that. Why? Okay. I'll answer that one in a second, Daniel. Let me finish drying this and I will explain that. Okay, Danielle asked why I didn't dye my hair purple. Okay, I went in to have my hair dyed purple like I wanted, and I got talked out of it, believe it or not, by the hairdressers, because to dye my hair purple, purple is not what they consider a permanent color. They consider it a temporary color. So they'd have to dye my hair blonde, or take all the color out of it, basically. And then they would be then taking those blonde sections and making them purple, and it would only last 4 to 8 washes. And I am not one who goes in and gets her hair done on a regular basis. So if my hair was no longer purple after that many washes, I'd be just devastated. So that's why. I missed out in the beginning. Is that cheesecloth? Yes, it is cheesecloth. Super Beth, I like that. Okay, what I'm doing here is I actually want to put a pocket into this also. So what I have is a piece of nice thick watercolor paper that's cut to the same size as this piece of background. So I got it here onto section, and I'm going to just cut it. You could rip it, but I'm going to cut this whole corner off. And I'm going to glue that down. So, but I can't have it to not have any color on it, so let's move this out of the way. Oh, dropping things. And let's get some color on this background, because we need to have those colors done. So I'm just real quickly going in and getting some of that blue and the green onto the background so that it matches my background I have going already. And I'm also going to add some cheesecloth to this. So that's really wet because my paintbrush was really wet, so I'm going to dry it. Close enough. Okay, this is the cheesecloth again. And I'm going to add that on here. Okay, so paintbrush again. And I'm just using the regular gel medium. Oh, is everybody freezing up? I hate to hear that. Hopefully it's not. I'm just going to keep going. So I'm just dropping this cheesecloth on here and again just adhering it down with the gel. Getting it onto my background. Okay. Oh, it says technical difficulties, not good. Okay, well I'm going to keep going because hopefully it's recording. And now I'm going to go over top of the cheesecloth with some more color, just like we did a few minutes ago. I should be using it. I don't know what to say. I hate to hear that it's giving us problems, but okay. Again, I'm going to go ahead and drop some embossing powder into here again, just giving us the same texture that we have in the background that we made already. And these are the same two colors that I just used. Okay. I'm going to heat emboss them. Oh, it doesn't sound good. It sounds like it might not be recording. Oh, that sucks. But I'm going to keep going. So I am going to be actually gluing that down here eventually. Or not, because I kind of don't like it. Okay. I have a couple of these really cool balloons, and these are from Sin City Stamps. And that's sincitystamps.com. And I stamped them onto regular cardstock using Indian ink or any permanent ink that you can that you want to use. So I'm going to continue that. Looks like I'm back. Yay! Okay, so good. So I'm not sure where we left off. I haven't done much. I did do the pocket, left that to the side. I just stamped these 3 balloons with Indian ink onto regular cardstock. Yes, I do know I disappeared for about 3 minutes. That's why I'm trying to repeat myself. And cut them out. Now I'm going to take some distressed inks. Put these to the side. Move this out of the way so I can. So I've got some distressed inks, and I've got a couple colors here. Again, working in the same palette line that I've been working in. These are greens and blues. So I'm going to go in with some blue distressed ink and go ahead in on this and get some color in that background. just get that balloon with a little more color on it than what we had, so it's not so plain. And we missed the whole thingy. I don't know what you're going to have to say. You're going to have to explain. We missed it all. We missed it all what? The only thing I did is I did the background, which you've seen. Okay, so you guys seen the background, and then the only thing I've done since then is I stamped these images onto white cardstock, and I cut them out. These are from Sin City Stamps. Now I am taking distressed inks, and I am coloring them, just to give them a little color. I want a little darker blue around this edge, just to make them look a little prettier. So that's all I'm doing. So you guys didn't miss much, really, you didn't. I kind of explained about my hair, and what I was explaining was I did not get it done because I would have had to bleach it white, and then they put the color in, and the color only will last for 4 to 6 washes. And I am not somebody who goes and gets her hair done a lot, so that would just like kill me to get it. And I wouldn't want to see it blonde. I just can't imagine me a blonde. So you were embossing and telling us, and then we lost you. Okay, so that's basically where I was. I was embossing, and I finished that. And then what I did after that was stamp these and cut these out. So again, you didn't miss much. I'll show you the embossing here in a second. And I told you about my hair and why I didn't do it. But I did buy, just so you know, I bought hair extensions that are in all kinds of fun colors. And every once in a while, I'm going to be putting them in my hair. So that's how I'm going to do it. Yeah, they'd have to bleach my hair to do that purple. And the purple would only last, like I said, 4 to 6 washes. And I just can't imagine. I mean, that would just kill me. Aren't these balloons fun? Okay, I like those. So I really like my texture in my background. Let me zoom in there so you guys can see that, the embossing. See how that looks in there? Oh, that's a great view right there. Isn't that pretty right there? Look at how that embossing powder works with all that texture in the background. Isn't that just fun? Okay. So again, these are from Sin City Stamps, and this is a I think they're calling, I think it's called Up, Up and Away, and it's a great couple set, so definitely check them out. You know, I was going to do this pocket, and I don't like the pocket, so I'm trying to decide if I still want to do it. Let me see. Let me see what I got here. I have these stickers awful close by on the floor. I think they're going to get used. Okay. These are stickers from Prima. They're actually like big letters. So I am looking for, I'm going to do Up, Up and Away. So should have used the black? Yeah, the black, huh? Let's see if we can get enough, because they're black and white here. I don't see. The stamp set is these balloons right here, is what she's talking about. And these are from Sin City Stamps, and that's sincitystamps.com. Oh. Well, this kind of sucks. I got all these letters from Prima, and there's more white in here than there is black, and I can't even make a word. Huh. I don't think I'm going to get... Well, let's try. Maybe we can find the word fly. There's an F. That could be an L. Let's see if I get lucky enough to find a Y. I could make that into a Y if need be. This is a set, brand new set too. I haven't even used it. And there's just no Y in here. Or they're all... not enough. Oh, I guess they're half and half. Okay. I need a Y. A Y. Sorry about this, guys. There's a Y. It's only a white Y. I don't want a white Y. See, some of these are white on one side and black on the other, and some are not. Doesn't make sense. These were in their clearance section. Maybe that's why. Really? There's no Y. Okay. I think I should cut that K into a Y. What do you think? I'm just going to cut the leg off this K. Man, it's a thick letter. Ugh. Check that out. Can't beat me. Fly! Yes, that's why I didn't bleach my hair. That's why I came home with it all same as it was. Yeah, can you imagine somebody actually going in and asking to have their hair done and they talk me out of it? Isn't that funny? I did let her cut it though, so it wasn't a total waste because she spent about 20 minutes with me. Okay, I'm going to get these out of the way. Okay. Yeah, I like that too. I think that looks good. And I do have a third balloon. I think I might bring the third balloon in. If I do this. Make sure that's on one side of the crack or on the other. And that is a good practice. See how I want to have this word going over the crack? So I'm making sure my L is perfectly centered so that I don't have to worry about that. Oh, I like that. There we go. So put all three of them on there like that. I like the way that turned out. Okay. So then I'm going to use some gel medium. These are really, really thick letters. I mean, really thick letters. And I don't think they are stickers. Or are they? Nope. Yep. Yes, they are stickers. Cool. Even though they're stickers, though, I usually do go over them with another adhesive because I don't always trust their adhesive. So I am going to get my paintbrush and peel the sticker. So I am going to peel the sticker off, which is easier said than done. I keep peeling the chipboard. I see why these were not. Okay, so I get that off. I am going to add some gel medium also. Again, making sure I have it on the, not on the seam. And that will dry clear, so I'm not worried about it. Okay, again, it's peeled. And I'm going to add some gel medium to it. Okay, and I'm going to glue these down with some gel medium. And I have told you guys this lots of times. I always go over the top of my projects with some gel medium also. It does two things. One, it helps seal it. Two, it helps to make sure that it is adhered down to your page. Now granted, I probably use a bigger paintbrush than this, but so let me get a bigger paintbrush. The cake turned out pretty good, huh? So you can't beat me. It's the only thing I had in my room. I had to use it. I couldn't go digging for something else. If I wasn't live, I might have gone digging for something else and not, you know what I mean, stressed out about that. Or not stressed out. I probably would have cheated and went to my studio, found something, and then put it back. Oh, that was a good idea too. Laura said if I would have put in the I and the small L together, I could have made the Y also. Great ideas. But again, if I wasn't live, I probably would have cheated and gone to my stash and found something that would work. But because I was live, I kind of was not really forced. Felt the need to use what I had in front of me and not waste you guys' time. And look what happened is I made it work. Which is a good tip for like when you go to a crop or something and you only have so many supplies with you. See if you can make something in your stash work. You don't always have to have something new. Because this have so much texture, these really are a little hard to glue down. This is where probably a thicker gel medium would also help to get these to adhere down a little better because of all the texture in the background. See, it doesn't want to stay. Dry. Stay. Okay. Wow, we have a big time glare on that page, huh? A little better. There you go. Okay, so I like that. I think I want to go around the edges with a little more distressed inks. Or, I think I want to do embossing. Now, I did use paint earlier, but I'm actually going to use a embossing liquid here to go right around my edge. And then I'm going to take some of this. I really like this green, the way it looks. It has kind of a really sandy look to it. Add that on here again, especially around my edges. Okay, heat emboss it again. Okay, I like the way that looks up there. So I'm going to do that again up here and then down there on that corner because I really like the way that looks. See how that really frames the page? So again, I'm just putting some liquid embossing powder down. If you didn't have, you could even take your Versamark, which I happen to have right here on my desk, and rub it on. You know, that would work too. Whatever you have. Okay, like that. Okay. See how that looks? Doesn't that look great? Really framed it. I think I'm going to put just a little right there because I have that white spot where I didn't get any paint on there for some reason. And maybe I'll come in this time with the gold. Again, heat emboss. Okay, like that. Okay, pull it this way so I can go along that bottom. Again, doing these corners. And it's funny too, because you know, I've talked to you guys about this before. I said that when you do around your edges like this of your cards, your scrapbook pages, your paintings, whatever you're using, that it helps frame it and allows the artist's eye to go to the center. And it's funny, that's one of the techniques that I'm learning also in my acrylic paint classes that I'm taking. Okay, like that. I'm going to put a touch of gold down here also just because it's going to match the top. Coming in with the gold. This is actually one of my favorite golds, by the way, for embossing in general. This is called Egyptian Gold, and it's from Junikins. I'll show you the, it's called Egyptian Gold. And it's from Junikins. See? This is one of my favorite golds. And as you can tell, because it's actually like half gone, which is pretty amazing because embossing powder lasts forever. I use it a lot for Christmas cards. It's really got a cool sparkle to it. I don't know if the computer is doing it justice. See if I can get... See that gold there? I don't know if that's doing it justice, but it's really got a cool shimmer to it. See that? Really is a pretty gold. It's really one of my favorites. And I've had it for a really long time. Okay, last corner. Got to cut this extra cheesecloth off. There we go. Again, just putting some embossing fluid on there. You could use an embossing pad if you had one. Would work just the same. This is just easier. And this green I'm using is called, again, it's from Junikins. Okay. So I'm embossing that corner now. Okay, I'm liking that. You guys also do me a favor, go by my blog. Also, tonight, if you get a chance, I just finished a really cool chandelier out of old silverware. Had a blast making that. And actually, the silverware I got was really kind of cool because it came out of a house fire. Well, the house fire is not the cool part. You know what I'm trying to say. It came out of a house fire, so it's, you know, got leftover pretty, you know, no, that's not even showing up, so never mind on that. I was going to throw some distressed ink around the edge, but it's not even showing up, so. Okay, that's dry now. Wow, I like that page. What do you think? That is cool. What is it that, wait, this is cool. What is it and where did you get it? You're talking about the embossing powder, the enamel powder adhere is this thing? Oh, okay. So you are. So I got this, and you can get these. You can actually get like a refill and make your own bottle. I don't know if this company still has this out because they went out of business for a while. and then somebody bought them again. So I'm not sure if they still have this particular product out anymore. I will check tomorrow and see if I can find it. But you know, you could definitely just take like a Versamark and done the same thing around the edge, and it would have worked just as well. Okay, does anybody have any more questions? Let me come in close one more time just to show around the page. So see the texture that the cheesecloth gave us? I really like the way that cheesecloth texture is in the background. And then not having it everywhere gives you multiple textures. What is the name of the liquid you're using? I just answered that one, Vanessa. So I'm going to move up here, and I'm going to come in down close on this section. So again, you can see the texture, those really cool balloons. See how the embossing up in the corner works and the texture I got from that. How cool that is. The texture there. Okay, so let's scoot over. Oh, wrong way. I always do it wrong way on my camera. So over here again, we got the gold embossing powder. What is it called? Again, this is the liquid. Sorry. Embossing powder adhesive is what it's called. Okay? So now I'm going to go down. So there's the balloons again. Those are really beautiful stamps. I really like those. And then that will dry clear. You know what else I could do? Oh, I just see something I want to do. So I'm going to pull back out here. I'm going to take my Faber-Castell Pitt Artist Big Brush Black. Isn't that cool how the embossing, because the paint will hold it. Now you got to make sure you do your paint when it's wet. Now I'm putting this on, and then I'm going to blend it out immediately. So I'm taking my finger as soon as I put it on and blending that out. So it doesn't look so stark. Again, just going right around the edge, taking my finger and blending it out. And it'll really take the starkness away from the... So it's going to give me a nice little shadow. See the shadow it's giving me? How does the gloss medium matte look different? How does the gloss gel medium look different than the matte? Actually, it doesn't. The only reason I grabbed this one is it's a little softer. One is more glossier than the other, than the matte. So if you don't want a glossiness, you definitely would use the matte. I hope that answers your question. So again, I'm just taking the Pitt pen, going right around the edge and getting that shadow in there. And by taking my finger and blending it out immediately, it's allowing it to have more of a shadow and not so stark. See that? I know this is a really cool stamp set. I really like it too. And again, these stamps are from Sin City Stamps, and it is the Up, Up and Away set. There's actually 2 complete sets for that. So it's a really good set. So look at that. See the difference that made? Bringing that pen in and blending that around like that. Look at the difference. That's just so cool. Okay. I like that. Just a little more shadow down there. Okay. And I really don't need the shadowing around the letters because the letters are already deep, even though I really don't like that. Did you see what I just noticed? The edge of those letters are not colored. Don't like that. So I am going to fix that because I don't like that. That looks funky to me. I didn't notice that till they were laying down. Now I'm going to have to go in and do it over that right there where that's still wet later. I don't like the way they did those letters. Okay, that's better. Okay, so I'm happy with that. I think I'm going to end it there. I think we got a lot of texture. We got some great depth. It looks like these are almost floating on there now. Have you noticed that? I like the way that looks. Let me zoom in one more time for you. That took the glare away nicely. See how those look like they're floating on there? I really like the way that looks. Really happy, really happy. I think I want to go in though, put a little more green in the center of these because they're just too dark. Bring a little more color into them. There we go. Give me a little more depth. Go in with that dark, dark blue. This is one of Tim Holtz's darker blue. I think it's called Stormy Skies. Okay. I'm happy. I know I said that 5 times already. I'm really happy this time. Okay, I'm happy with that. I know it turned out pretty cool. I'm glad you liked it too. Okay, the pen, yeah, the pens really did make a difference. I'm glad I did that too. Back to me. Okay, I do have a winner for tonight. I only had one person post last week, so you guys get on the ball. If you would like to win a prize, what you do is you post a page, it can be a canvas, it can be a scrapbook page, something that inspired you by what I did. And I'm hoping that you got texture from my class tonight. So I'm hoping whatever you did that is inspired is texture. And the winner from last week is Tamiko McCurry. So Tamiko McCurry, you have 2 weeks from tonight to contact me on Facebook and give me your address, and I will send you a prize. The rest of you, please go to my group called All Things Terry Sproul. Put your pages on there that are inspired by mine, and I will do my best to pick you as a winner in the future. Thank you again. Give me a thumbs up on YouTube. Appreciate it. I appreciate all of you guys who are here. There's quite a few of you here again tonight. I really appreciate that. Really flatters me. Makes me want to come back here every Tuesday and do this. I think we've been doing this for like 3 years now, guys, every Tuesday. Again, I'm going to let everybody go. Thank you very much for joining me. And yeah, we had almost 70 people between the 2 rooms in here. Amazing. Thank you. Bye. Appreciate it. Thank you again. Join my group, All Things Terry Sproul. Thanks. Have a good night. Oh, next week, I'm going to play with the new e-brush. Look what I have. I'm playing with it next week with you guys. Bye. That's my teaser.